In Utah on the outside looking in for the moment. Meantime, the Lakers trying to stay ahead of the Clippers in the loss column for the division and the 3 seed in the West. The Lakers have won those 10 games by 3 or less. The next best is 7. They have thrived in tight games, and here we are in another one. Their ball up 2, 3 to go.
Now that once again, Bynum stepped out. Jason Terry down in there, coming off of 2 screens. Bynum was the answer to pressure that shot.
Sessions hit the 3 a moment ago. Working inside. Got it again! Ramon Sessions with 22 points.
Playing with great confidence.
Marion over Barnes. Bynum kept it alive. The Barnes called for the loose ball foul. Bynum comes out and Blake comes in for that purpose. Switch everything. Kidd will trigger, 1.5 to go. Game tied at 98. Kidd looking to Nowitzki for the win. Let's play 5 more. So Dirk Nowitzki, who has missed the majority of his shots here today. He's missed 17. Had the shot at the game winner, didn't get it. And the only unhappy people are the 40 folks who have to come in here and change this over for the Kings Stanley Cup playoff game in about 4 hours. Overtime coming up next after this message and a word from your ABC station.
To Tom and Violet.
From the producer of Bridesmaids.
Will you marry me?
One assumes that everything is going to turn out like some romantic comedy. Come on!
Oh, it's a fire hydrant!
But most engagements end up like Saving Private Ryan.
Oh my God!
Ooh.
I'm Katniss.
Good luck. God knows you're going to need it.
The 5-year engagement. Rated R. ABC.
Sweetie, I hope you don't mind. I invited some friends.
Okay.
Hey, I invited some friends.
I invited some friends.
Put the TV where you want with the new wireless receiver exclusively from AT&T Uverse TV. Order AT&T Uverse TV starting at $29 a month for 6 months. AT&T.
We made it faster than a Mercedes C350. Gave it more torque than an Audi A4. And more horsepower than a BMW 335i. The Lexus IS 350. Because it isn't real performance unless it's wielded with precision. See your Southern California Lexus dealer.
Our search continues for the lowest gas prices Monday morning.
First overtime in the month for the Lakers. They are 4-1. Their only loss in Detroit to the Pistons. Hubie, it was a very well-played 5 or 6 minute stretch until the last minute, and then nobody got a good look.
No, give the defense a lot of credit.
Yeah, you're right.
Even on that last play, they ran 4 options before they could get the ball to Nowitzki. And then Nowitzki, that was a difficult shot, no doubt about it. Now the Mavs, think about it, only 6 turnovers in this game. That's allowed them to stay around and hang in there no matter what would happen. Maximize their possessions.
Absolutely. That's a season low for Dallas. That's 6 turnovers. So the overtime begins. Vince Carter with 5 fouls. The only one in super serious foul trouble.
Now that time, Delonte West won the foul by World Peace on the push-off.
Clock at 4. Bynum flashing in the paint over Haywood. Barnes, the only Laker there, surrounded by 3 Mavericks scores. The Dallas bench wanted Barnes to be called for being out of bounds.
How about Barnes now with 10 rebounds? 10 rebounds and 11 points in this game, as well as 8 assists.
Terry from the top triples to give the Mavericks a lead.
Well, Terry's feeling it, really He's now 5 out of 6 behind the arc. I mean, just having a fantastic game.
21 points in the last 8 for Dallas.
We got that small lineup in now, and they'll play that matchup stuff with you, and you have to read it.
Sessions stuck inside. Gasol didn't look for the shot, took a much tougher one. And what is that? It's called a 3.
Now, they're not, the Dallas bench is up big time.
They wanted interference in the cylinder.
Absolutely.
And Zach Zarba, the official, called it a 3, that it went in without being touched by Barnes. Wow. So all 5 Laker points controversial from the Mavericks side. Nowitzki from the top. Got them all. He gives you 3.
You got to admit it. It's amazing. Whenever you play Dallas with Terry and Nowitzki on the floor, it doesn't matter what they're shooting, and that when it comes down to it, they're still going to hang around because they are so nervy under pressure.
Mavericks by 1. 2 minutes gone in the overtime. Gasol will try another one. How about Gasol hitting back-to-back 3-point field goals and a timeout taken by Dallas?
You have to love the shooting. The shooting under pressure.
Hubie, he had 5 3-pointers made all year, and he just made 2 in about 40 seconds. Let's go back to these first 5 Laker points in this wild overtime. The Mavericks bench said Barnes was out of bounds. Hard to tell from that angle. They all jump up immediately. You see Mark Cuban there. And then this one by Gasol here in Los Angeles. The officials are over at the scorer's table checking on that 3-pointer by Pau Gasol. Now, there was a question on his feet. Were they behind the line or not shooting this 3 that we've looked at replay a couple of times and still can't tell definitively if Matt Barnes touched it or not. They're going back to look at the foot part. That's the one thing they can look at in replay. And they're clearly behind the line for 3.
He's definitely behind the line, but as the ball goes up, it's debatable whether or not Barnes catches. He doesn't catch it, but did he guide it in with his left palm? That's the call. That's why the Dallas bench was up and were challenging.
That's right, and that they can't go back and review. Mark Cuban walked from his seat at the far end of the Mavericks bench over closer to the scorer's table where they were looking at the review to give his 2 cents to Scott Foster, the crew chief, and now Mark is heading back to his seat. We looked at it twice on replay, and it stands. It's a 3 for Gasol, but they couldn't review the touch or no touch by Barnes. All they could look at was the feet, and there was no definitive look that the ball absolutely touched Barnes' hands. It looked close, but nothing for sure.
Oh, Hayward's got a roll.
West gets fouled as he puts it up, and Bynum hits him, and Andrew has 4.
Now that was just a great athletic move by Delonte West. There was so much traffic out there, mainly because Hayward would not roll. If Hayward would have rolled, it would have cleaned some defender out of there. Strong move to the rim.
Quick housekeeping note, the 3 by Nowitzki a moment ago put him over 24,000 points for his career. Dirk is 19th on the all-time scoring list. So one of the 19 in the history of the league to score 24,000.
Now you can see they're going down the wire here with Kidd, Terry, and West. All 3 of them excellent foul, especially Terry and West. Both guys shoot in the mid-80s.
Just 13 free throws for the Mavericks through 4 quarters in the first half of overtime. Half the overtime played, still tied. Each team has scored 8 in the extra session. Nice move by Bynum.
Nice.
Andrew Bynum, 23 points.
I like the fact that he gave multiple moves there. It was beautiful. And then, once again, no double team because they're staying close to the 3-point shooter.
Hayward going to look at the basket. Not the shot you really want in overtime.
I'm surprised that he released it there. Mainly because he wasn't under control and Bynum had a good chance at it.
Right back to him on Hayward. Bynum is double. They rotate to Barnes.
Nice pass.
Meta world peace. Nowitzki tried to draw the foul, didn't get it, got the board. Dirk using the Haywood screen for three in the lead. He is 9 of 28 shooting here today.
If you notice that, he still would not go to the basket, okay? And there was so much time left on the clock. You say, well, he's made some great threes here in the second half. He definitely has. But he wanted that area. So now, the story, do you allow your star player, your all-NBA guy, 11 out of 13 years, he's first, second, or third all-NBA player. Do you allow him the freedom at that time? Well, naturally, the answer to that is yes. And you could see the screen, excellent screen by Haywood. He gets a good look at the basket.
And you do it because you trusted him in so many situations year after year. Forget about what happens in the next minute 20. Look forward for me with the Lakers here in the postseason and the Mavericks in the postseason, assuming they get there.
Well, the Lakers right now, to me, they've got to hold on to that third spot. And the big thing right now is you do not want to slide, because with the Clippers 1 game behind you and Memphis only 2 on the loss side, the 6 games remaining, you've got to stay out in front so that you get home court advantage. You do not want to slide down anywhere outside of the top 4.
And you see the Laker games. We'll have 2 of them for you on ESPN.
Right.
Oklahoma City right here in this time slot next week. And then they go to Sacramento. And with what happened this past weekend with Sacramento, that might be the last game played by the Kings in Arco Arena, because their whole stadium deal is broken down again. And remember how emotional that was last year. And a Sacramento team that wasn't very good took the Lakers to OT. So that game might matter at the end of the run here.
Well, sure, they're playing loose at that time. It's the last game of the season. But the big thing as you looked at that schedule, come on, the Lakers have got to play San Antonio twice. San Antonio's fighting for the best record in the West, okay? And then also Oklahoma City. So there are no gimmies there. There are 3 very difficult games for them, because the question mark is Kobe going to miss the 2 San Antonio games? Will he play next Sunday against Oklahoma City and then also against Sacramento? That's going to be up in the air, right?
If you weren't with us before, Kobe told Heather Cox he thinks he'll be back, quote, well before the playoffs. Only 5 games remaining after this one. Laker ball, 2-point lead. So much of the offense is run through Bynum. They run a look at a screen and roll with Sessions. Didn't have it. Shot clock is at 5. And it's world peace on West. Meta world peace gives the Lakers a 4-point lead.
Now, he's had a very solid game here. I know that he has 18 points right now. That was a tough shot. West played him extremely well. Even on the elevation, he was drifting to the right on the release.
Terry Nowitzki involved screen and roll. Terry fouled, barreling toward the basket.
Now with the shot clock going down here right now, World Peace realizes the clock is going to go off. Now, Delante plays him extremely well, gets up, pressures the shot. Very difficult degree of difficulty, and I'm glad he knocked it in.
Just the second foul of overtime, first in the last 2 minutes. So Mavs ball side out with a short shot clock. And Nowitzki has Sessions and Gasol. Busts through the double, got banged. Comes to the free throw line.
We know that from the foul line down, he causes such a problem here. But for whatever reason, everything has been inside of 18 feet. The opportunity for him to get down inside, get fouled. And we know that he's such a great foul shooter. But we brought out at the top of the telecast, he's only getting to the line 5 times a game now. So you can see it in this game. That's his second foul shot attempt.
It's hard to believe.
Yes, it is.
For all the years you've watched Nowitzki, to be 52 minutes into a game and it's his second free throw.
Well, in this game, though, we all know that it's been the mid-range jumper, all right, the fadeaways, and then also the 3-point attempts.
Dirk bags both. 2-point game, 40.8 to go. Each team with a couple of timeouts. Trying to get it to Haywood, or rather Bynum working on Haywood. Middle world piece on the outside, no clean catch.
Right now you have plenty of time. You have 15 seconds on the clock. You can look for a quick two. The main thing is when your defense